Welcome to Smart and Easy English. My name is Ben. I'm American and a native speaker from California. If you want to speak English natively and naturally, you're in the right place. You have found your channel. So be sure to hit that subscribe button. Thanks. This is an audiobook, or story rather. I'm going to read a story from one of our books. We've published a 3-book series called Super Short Stories for English Learners. I'm going to read a story from this book. The benefits of an audiobook are many. Here's how to use this video. Listen for American accent training. Do shadowing, which means pause the video and repeat the sentence exactly as I said it. This will improve your accent. Listen carefully while reading along to the words. Enjoy listening to American native speaker English. Enjoy the story. See if you can understand everything. Activate the subtitles in your native language. That way you understand 100%. Listen to this story over and over, never just once. You learn and improve only with repetition. This is especially true when it comes to accent correction. Not all our audio stories include the text, so go and purchase our book so you can follow along by reading and listening at the same time. The benefits are immeasurable, and quite frankly, the only way to succeed in accent training. Head over to Amazon to purchase them. I'll provide the link in the description, or search Super Short Stories for English Learners Smart and Easy English on Amazon. Our books are available on Amazon all over the world. Revengeance. The sun was setting over the glittering blue waters of Saint-Tropez, casting a warm glow over the opulent yachts that bobbed gently in the harbor. On one of these yachts, the guests were preparing for a night of indulgence and luxury. The champagne was flowing, the caviar was being served, and the music was just beginning to pick up. Among the guests was a young girl named Annette, the daughter of a successful businessman who had made his fortune in the tech industry. Annette was used to this world of excess and indulgence, and she had attended many such parties before, but tonight was different. Tonight, something terrible would happen, and Annette's world would be turned upside down. As the night wore on and the party grew more raucous, Annette found herself enchanted by a handsome young man named Max. Max was charming and funny, and Annette felt a connection with him that she had never felt with anyone else. They danced together, laughed together, and eventually found themselves alone on the deck of the yacht, watching the stars. But just as things were beginning to heat up between them, there was a commotion from the other side of the boat. Annette turned to see what was happening and saw a man floundering in the water, screaming for help. Panic spread through the crowd as people rushed to the side of the yacht to try and rescue him, but it was too late. The man drowned, and the party came to a somber end. In the days that followed, Annette's world began to unravel. The police arrived to investigate the incident, and they quickly honed in on her father as a suspect, based on an anonymous informant who also furnished damning evidence. It seemed that her father had been seen arguing with the victim earlier in the evening, and there were rumors that he had been involved in some shady business deals that might have motivated him to get rid of the man. Annette knew that her father was innocent, but the evidence against him was compelling. He was arrested and charged with manslaughter, and Annette's family was thrown into turmoil. Annette was determined to clear her father's name, but she didn't know where to begin. Then one day, as she was scrolling through her social media feeds, she came across a photo of Max and the deceased. The caption described a busted business deal between the pair. Annette also recalled Max seemed strangely unaffected by news of the drowning. She quickly became suspicious and started to dig deeper, searching for any connection between Max and the victim. She scoured social media, hired a hacker to access his emails, and even broke into his office. Eventually, she hit pay dirt. She found a series of messages that Max had sent to the victim, threatening him and warning him to stay away from the party, or else it would be his last. Annette had all the evidence she needed to prove her father's innocence, but she wasn't satisfied with just that. She wanted Max to pay for what he had done, so she hatched a plan. Annette contacted Max and invited him to a private party on a yacht, promising him that it would be the most exclusive and extravagant event he had ever attended. Max, of course, jumped at the chance. He arrived at the appointed time, dressed in his finest clothes and looking eager to enjoy himself. But as soon as he stepped on board, Annette's plan went into action. She revealed the evidence she had gathered against him and accused him of framing her father for the crime. Max tried to deny it, but Annette had him cornered. She demanded that he confess, and when he refused, she took matters into her own hands. Annette slowly walked toward Max, moving slower and slower as she edged closer. As she was right up to him, she slowly slid a knife out from where she kept it hidden under her skirt, secured by her garter. "Max, my dear," Annette whispered. And before he had a chance to respond, Annette plunged the knife into his chest and pushed Max over the side of the yacht into the dark waters below. She watched as he struggled to stay afloat, his gurgling screams hardly audible at all as his head bobbed up and down the water, until finally she could only see his eyes, and then only his hair, and then nothing else. Annette, still holding the bloody dagger, felt no remorse, but rather satisfaction. As the sun rose over Saint-Tropez, Annette looked out over the water, feeling a sense of peace and closure as she slowly and contently wiped the blood off the blade. In the aftermath of the incident, Annette's father was cleared of all charges, and Max was exposed. Annette's actions may have been extreme, but in her world of hyperaffluence and extravagance, revenge was the one justice money couldn't buy, but had to be self-attained. The end. That's it. Thanks for watching and listening, everyone, and remember to enjoy the journey. See you next time. Bye-bye.